Hey, good morning. Hey, today is lesson 30 if you're following your workbook. How to break bad habits, addiction, sin, breaking free. It's also how to develop good habits. And so here we go. Four main points. First of all, you don't determine your future, you determine your daily habits, and they determine your future. That could be positive or negative. And so you want to make an all out effort to build positive habits into your life and break negative habits. You become a slave to your daily habits. That could be positive or negative again. Like I know cross country runners, they're a slave to running. I'm kind of a slave to working out. It could be a negative habit too. Some people are a slave to materialism or gossip or snacking or overeating. Only 1 in 10 addictions and bad habits are broken. People just don't overcome them. And in drug and alcohol rehab, Christ-centered drug and alcohol rehab has an 85% success rate. If non-Christian rehab has a 4% success rate. So if you want to build a positive habit, overcome an addiction, then you need the power of God and you need to rely on God. He'll give you a greater chance of overcoming it. There are over 102 addictions. The average person has like two different addictions. Some of the negative habits or addictions are drugs and alcohol, overeating, shopping. There's shopaholics, gambling, social media. A lot of people are addicted to that. Sexual relationships. Tiger Woods has a sexual addiction, and he cheated on his wife after 2 weeks of marriage. Some people are addicted to relationships. They always have to be in a relationship. Attention and affirmation, gossip, laziness, video games, swearing. A lot of celebrities are just addicted to fame and admiration and attention from the media and stuff. Some positive habits you want to build in your life is Bible reading, exercise, journalizing, meditation, gratitude, praying. A lot of positive habits you can build into your life. All right, so here's 4 points. There's an acronym FREE, starts with an F. And so to how to build a good habit, overcome a negative habit, the key word is focus. So here's the definition of the word discipline. To be successful in life, discipline is just huge. Discipline and people skills are probably the two most important things besides the favor of God to be successful in life. You should memorize this. Memorize the definition of discipline. Giving up a short-term pleasure for a greater benefit in the future. Like I come home from school, I'm tired, I want to sit in front of the TV and snack, but no, I force myself to go work out. So I give up a short-term pleasure, but I have a greater benefit in the future. When I get back, I feel awake, energized, I'm healthier, my weight's down, I'm going to live longer, I can play with my grandkids. Just a tremendous benefit of the future. Um, Bad habits make you feel good in the moment, but make you feel bad in the long term. Like, hey, I enjoyed being lazy. I enjoyed giving them that gratification, and it lasts just for a few moments. But later on, you might have a habit or feel bad. A lot of people get in debt and they have bills from impulse shopping. A lot of negative things for giving into short-term gratification. Good habits make you feel bad in the moment, but feel good in the long term. Okay. When I was in college, I wanted to be a teacher and coach. So I had to study like 20 hours a week, and I didn't enjoy studying. But for 4 years, for 20 hours a week, I overcame my laziness. And then I had a teaching career I really enjoyed for 33 years. And now I have a retirement from teaching. I can enjoy the rest of my life. So I gave up, short-term pleasure for long-term benefit. Instant gratification leads to long-term problems. If you live for instant gratification, your future is not bright. Just acting off impulse and giving in to laziness and sexual desires and materialism and self-centeredness and just overeating and laziness, man, you can have all kinds of, debt, broken relationships, guilt feelings, laziness, poor health and stuff. You'll have a lot of long-term problems. There are two types of pain. There's the pain of regret or the pain of discipline. Spelling in there, it says disciple, it should be disciplined. And so sometimes it's painful to be disciplined, but if you don't discipline yourself, you'll have the pain and regret, which is much greater. Okay, focus. I have the word highlighted, focus. There's power in the word focus. It's powerful. Focus on the long-term benefit, not the short-term pleasure. So if you think about the long-term benefit and you meditate on that and you don't think about the short-term pleasure, you're going to make the right choice. But if you focus on the short-term pleasure instead of the long-term benefit, you're going to have regret. Self-denial leads to self-satisfaction. So when you deny yourself, You deny yourself, hey, I'm going to study, I'm going to work out, I'm going to forgive that person, I'm going to go and have a conversation with that person out of my comfort zone so we are at peace with each other. You deny yourself, you say no to yourself, you get long-term satisfaction. Those two things, I highlight them in yellow because you need to talk to yourself all day long. You need to say those things to yourself all day. Like, I lost 40 pounds this past year, and probably 7 times a day, I would say self-denial leads to self-satisfaction. I'd remind myself of that. I'd say no to that food for a greater benefit in the future, focusing on the long-term benefit. I realized this when I was wrestling, when I wanted to lose weight and stuff for wrestling. It's really hard, and you're tired and you're working out and stuff. And if I focus on the food, I would give in the temptation and I eat and I'd be overweight and have to work extra hard and dehydrate and starve myself before the wrestling match. But if I focus on stepping on the scale, then I would overcome not eating the stuff. So the focus is just huge. Here's some verses on focus. Set your mind on things above, not things on earth. So where your mind's set, what you focus on is just huge. The mindset on the flesh is death. Doesn't mean you're going to die. The flesh means you're just self-centered, sinful nature. When you just set your mind on that, giving into your bodily appetites, it's death. You don't collapse and die, but you have a gloomy attitude. You have a life of regret. But the mindset on the spirit, the things of God, you have life and peace, life to its fullest. Hebrews 12:2, fix your eyes on Jesus. When he was on the cross, and when Jesus was being whipped, I mean, how did he endure that? Talk about discipline and suffering, pain and denying yourself. But what did he do? Jesus thought about the long-term benefit of setting people free and people going to heaven and our sins forgiven. He couldn't have endured the cross if he wasn't focused on that. When I was watching the movie The Passion of Christ and Jesus was being whipped, I thought, how did he endure that? When he was on the cross, how did he endure that pain? Because you know what? He was thinking about you. He was thinking about me. He was thinking about setting us free and forgiving our sins and stuff. Just huge to focus on the right things. Okay, replace. You want to replace the negative behavior with a positive behavior. Trying to not do bad things doesn't work. All right, you need to be busy doing good things. Best way to break a bad habit is replace it with a positive habit. Just don't think, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That doesn't work. Be busy doing a positive thing. Achieving goals brings happiness. All right. There's a book called The 13 Laws of Happiness. I'll cover later and stuff. But, one of the 13 laws is not laziness, not giving in to impulses, not living for instant gratification, but achieving goals is. And whether it's a little goal of cleaning your room, doing your homework, or working out, or forgiving a person, or having a quiet time with God, setting goals, especially spiritual goals to go closer to Jesus, is most important. And they're a great way to have joy and happiness and satisfaction in your life. You guys know about SMART goals. You've probably learned it in school several times. There's goals to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and a time limit. A lot of people say, well, I'm going to get good grades. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to get closer to God. They don't achieve their goals. It's not specific enough. Well, you need to have a goal. It's like, I'm going to study for 1 hour a night from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Or I'm going to get up 10 minutes early and spend 10 minutes with God every day. Or I'm going to listen to a podcast, a Christian podcast, once a week on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. Or I'm going to do the YouVersion Bible app before I go to bed at night. I write my journal. You need to be specific. I'm going to join Club 24, and I'm going to go there 3 days a week at 3:30 on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So be very specific and detailed. Every thought or action you do is a rep on what you're becoming. That's highlighted in blue because that's just huge. That impacted my life when I read that. You have a negative thought, you're repping be a negative person. You have a critical spirit, you're repping to become a negative person and stuff. We build highways in our mind, a thought. So if you think there's something 1,000 times, you built a highway in your mind to think that again. You're doing reps all the time. So do positive things. You do workout, just like you do curls or bench press and weightlifting. You're doing reps, you're becoming stronger. Your thoughts and actions is a rep where you're becoming. If you're addicted to pornography, you're repping to become have a divorce and have an affair and to be perverted and stuff. If you're repping and meditating on Bible verses, you're building godly character in your life that's going to benefit you for years to come and stuff. It matters what you think about. It matters what you put in your mind. It matters what your actions are. Replace a negative behavior with a positive behavior. This one girl, her name, I won't say her name, but anyways, from a long time ago. She's just a really pretty girl, really beautiful, very immoral, very impulsive, lived for instant gratification. and she had a lot of really negative habits, and she was a broken girl. And she asked Christ into her life and began a relationship with him. And she just got so busy involved in campus life and youth group and church and Bible study and being mentored and stuff. She said, I'm so busy doing good things. I don't have any time for bad things. So that's the best way to do it. Just fill your life with good things that you don't have time for bad things. Okay, third is eliminate the temptation. Eliminate temptation. Make it hard to get. If you're trying to watch your weight, don't go at the buffet to eat. All right. When I was in high school, I really loved ice cream. I was cutting weight for wrestling, and I was home by myself, and there's a gallon of ice cream in the freezer. I was really tempted to eat it. So I just took the gallon of ice cream and I put it in the sink and turned the hot water and melted the whole thing. So it was gone. It wasn't a temptation. And so don't carry a lot of snacks around if you want to avoid temptation. Change your environment. Eliminate negative songs from your phone and replace them with positive ones. You might have to eliminate negative people from your life. A lot of people don't have a drug problem, they have a friendship problem, okay? Evaluate your friends. You become like the average of the 5 friends you spend the most time with. So take your 5 friends, average their morals, their values, their actions together, and that's where you're going to become, okay? Tell me your friends, and I'll tell you your future. They say that people that are overweight, if you hang out with other people overweight, you're 57% more likely to gain weight and keep your weight overweight. Proverbs 13:20 says, he who walks or hangs out with wise men will be wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm. A wise person follows Jesus, okay, and looks at things from God's point of view. A fool looks at things from humans' point of view. And so you want to hang around with people that follow Jesus. 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, don't be deceived. Bad company corrupts good morals, okay? So if you hang out with the negative people, it's going to corrupt you. If you have a lot of negative singers in your phone, it's bad company. It's going to corrupt your morals and stuff. So, man, evaluate. Love everybody. Don't reject anybody, but have an inner circle of friends that make you a better person, that are going where you want to go and becoming the person you want to become. So change your environment, eliminate the temptation. Okay, so make the positive easy to obtain, and change your environment to make it good habits easy. Like I put my Bible by my bed. I put my journal by my bed. I put several Christian books that I'm reading by my bed. So at night when I go to bed, I'm done with my phone. It's not phone time, okay? Because there's really nothing there. I want to connect with God. When I get in the morning, I want to start my day with God and stuff. So it's right there. It's not hidden in closets. It's not far away. I work out in the morning, so I sleep in my workout clothes so I don't have to change. I make it easy. I have an exercise bicycle. It's down in our basement in front of the TV. So when I watch football or I watch TV, I can exercise and stuff. I make it very easy and convenient. Okay, people don't achieve or not achieve their goals. They rise or fall to the systems of their environment. So, man, you achieve goals because you have a system that's in place. You don't achieve goals because you don't have the system in your place. You have some negative habits because you have a system in your place. So you've got to make these systems into your life, okay? So I want to be in good shape. So I have a workout plan that I follow. I belong to Club 24. I have dumbbells at home. Now that that's closed, I have an exercise bicycle at home. I have workout clothes. I have great devotional tools to help me grow closer to God. On my Facebook page, YouTube page, I have all these Christian subscriptions saved, so stuff pops up on my phone to help me, inspire me, and grow closer to God. And so, yeah, man, get those systems in place. Make it a priority. Take this time to really organize your life. Okay, last point is endure. Endure, okay. Just endure urges, anger, laziness, snacking, lust, negative thinking, critical spirit, impulse shopping. If you give in to impulses, man, life is going to be a mess. You're going to have, if you anger, you're not going to have friends. Your family life's going to be a mess. Laziness, you're going to have not much done. There's a lust, man. You might make a lot of decisions you're going to regret, negative thinking and stuff. But here's the thing. People who live by feelings or urges will not be successful in life. I still have those urges, but I just have to say no. But here's something I realized. They don't last very long. If I say no to them, hey, I'm just going to tough it out and I'm just going to endure this urge and I'm not going to snack or I'm not going to do this negative behavior. They go away in a few seconds. It doesn't last very long, especially if you discipline yourself to replace it with a positive behavior. And that's just huge to do that. And so don't give in those urges, endure. The number one characteristic of someone who's successful in sports, in business, in relationships, in any area of life is they do things they don't want to do. They work out when they don't want to. They study when they don't want to. They forgive a person they don't want to. When there's awkward relationships, they force themselves in that situation to get out of their comfort zone to make things right. And so it gets easier as you do it. And so force yourself to do the right thing and you'll feel a lot better afterwards. Okay, some miscellaneous points here. Memorize this. Say this to yourself several times a day as you're tempted. Self-denial leads to self-satisfaction. When you say no to those negative urges and replace it with a positive behavior and set a goal, you feel better about yourself. If you fall one day, get back up. Don't give up and quit. Don't fall 2 days in a row. Just start over again. Keeping track of a streak helps you. I know some of you guys have a streak on social media and stuff. That's probably not a great streak to be proud of and stuff, but the YouVersion Bible app has a streak. I'm up to 560 days in a row on the YouVersion Bible app. Make a chart and check off the negative behaviors or positive behaviors that you want to stop doing or start doing. Or there's a thing called Habit Tracker. There's apps that you can keep tracks of your streaks. Streaks help you, motivate you to keep things going. Remember, every rep matters, okay? Maybe you're working out, maybe you're eating a certain way, maybe you're reading the Bible, you're trying to make positive changes in your life, and you're not seeing results. So every rep, you're getting closer, okay? Water doesn't freeze until it's 32 degrees. So maybe water's at 50 degrees and it's at, 39 degrees. Oh, it's not happening and stuff. But eventually, one more rep and it'll get down to 32 degrees. Water boils at 212 degrees and you're trying to heat up that water, or maybe you're doing reps to reach that goal and you're up to 180 degrees. You're not seeing results. You're up to 181 or whatever, but you get to 212 and it boils. There's one school, I think it's Sela High School in Washington, their summer workout program, they have a 212 award. I go, Coach, what's 212 mean? He goes, water boils at 212 and makes steam for the engine to run the train. And so it's like you keep on doing reps until you get the, you boil that water at 212. So it matters. There'll be a breakthrough point when that thing will become a reality. And then chunk your goals. Break stuff into small parts. If you have 28 chapters to read, one a day. Life is easier when you break stuff into small parts. This course here, there's 40 lessons. I have a workbook that has a lot of detail on it, the fill in the blank workbook and stuff. How did I do it? I did one a day for 40 days. It didn't take very long. I set a goal to do one a day. I wanted it done by the middle of August, so I had time to run it off. And so take big goals and make little parts, and they'll add up, and things will become a reality in your life. Okay, quick review. Free, all right? When you have good habits, you're free. You don't want to be a slave to negative habits. We don't determine our futures. We determine our daily habits, and they determine our future. Focus on the long-term benefit, not the short-term pleasure. That's huge, to focus your mind on the right thing. Replace it with the negative behavior with a positive behavior. Make the positive easy to obtain, okay? And eliminate temptation. Change your culture, maybe change some of your friends, change some of your environment, but get rid of that negativity and endure those urges. They'll go away, okay? This will take a lifetime to apply. You'll fall, you'll stumble. Review this again and again. Memorize some of the one-liners in here and talk to yourself during the day, quote them, and rely on God's power. God's Spirit gives you discipline in your life, and it gives you power to overcome addictions and develop new habits and stuff. And review this again and again. Where I got this information, I went on YouTube and typed in habits, atomic habits, and the power of habits. And I took notes on them and I typed them up and I organized them and I put them in my binder and I looked at them, like I reviewed them every day. And I made it into like a one-page lesson, a one-page handout. And so anyway, I'm still working on it. You never arrive. Get back up and just make a highway in your brain for this.